everyone. So, today I'll be discussing one more important question of the novel Chronicle of Death Foretold, which can come in your exam. So, the question I'm discussing is the theme of dream and vision in Chronicle of Death Foretold. As you all know, in this novel, everyone knew that Santiago Nasser is going to die. Someone had the information, someone had a dream analogy, and few had a vision that he is going to die. So, throughout Chronicle of a Death Foretold, the characters refer to dream and vision they have that are related to Santiago's impending death. Santiago's mother, for example, though well known for her interpretations of dream, fails to understand Santiago's dream of his own death. So, this novel starts with the irony because Santiago Nasser, that is Placida Denario, is known for interpreting of dream, but she fails to understand her own son's dream. Placida Denario states in the very first page that he was always dreaming about trees, which according to her was a sign of growth. On the very day of his death, he had a dream that he was alone in a tinfoil airplane and was flying through almond trees without bumping into anything, which his mother could not interpret. So, according to his mother, she only gave a thought about one aspect, that was the almond trees, which represents growth. But the real interpretation, which might be the real interpretation of this dream, is maybe the author chose almond trees to represent his South American origin and culture. He was a rich Arab living in a Spanish area, which is also the reason that Angela took uh, Santiago's Nasser name in front of her brothers because he was a rich person and he was from a different culture, so it was not really easy to kill him, to murder him. He was also flying alone. Another aspect of the dream was he was also flying alone and strangely not bumping into the almond trees. This could further suggest that the people in his town had known about the plot to murder him, but Santiago was unaware of this danger because, ironically, his murder plot was the main gossip amongst the town people. Yet Santiago was alone, not being informed of the danger. So this whole the in this dream, he was alone in the airplanes. Suggests that he was the only one not knowing the uh, danger that he was going to face. The strong presence of ignorance probably shows itself in the first tree. The almond trees are also a symbol of virginity, purity. Trees are also recognized as being feminine. The airplane did not bump into anything. This could represent his innocence of Santiago Nassau, implying he did not touch or took the virginity of Angela Vicario, which he was accused of and murdered for. Bird dropping usually means that there is a failure, the last aspect where he woke up full of shit. So the last part of the interpretation is the bird dropping usually mean that there is a failure of an individual who is almost reaching success but fail but falls short. The bird dropping could represent his murder. He fails to be aware of the danger and avoid being killed. So every aspect of his dream, every line, every part of his dream interpreted that he is going to die, but his mother could not interpret the right interpretation. Ironically, she was known for interpreting the dreams. Secondly, it also feels Santiago himself had some intuition about his death because at the time of Angela's wedding, when he was estimating the total cost of wedding, he compared to how much funerals would have been done in that amount of money. So throughout the wedding, he, Santiago, and his friends were estimating that how much money Beato San Roman and Angela's family has put in this marriage, and to compare the amount, he compared it with the funerals, which already shows his mental condition. And on the day of wedding, he said to the narrator that I don't want any flowers on my funeral, like he knew the impending truth, and the narrator made sure the next day there were none. So, a day before, he was announcing to narrator that make sure that uh, nobody spends money on flowers, and it felt like he was genuinely telling that what is going to happen the next day. He had a designated clothes for every day. His wearing of white clothes on his day of death also shows his intuitional power, although he dressed in white to welcome the bishop. So the day he woke up, when he was going to die, he wore white a pair of clothes, and his mother also thought that maybe he has mixed up the days because he was so much busy in the wedding and he did not realize the day. But the real truth was that he had worn the white clothes to welcome the bishop. But the intuitional thing was that white is symbolized for death. So he had an intuition that he is going to die. Similarly, the people too had exactly sensed what he was wrong. Like Divina Flor, the maid's daughter, said when Santiago grabbed her, she felt like a frozen stony, like a hand of a dead man touching her. So already sensing and feeling of a dead man from her, from him, sorry. Then Horatia Brute was the first one to cry for Santiago Nasser before even the news was spread in the village. In her statement to narrator, she said, because I saw the knives in the light from the street lamp and it looked to me that they were dripping blood. So this woman, she didn't have any news or any information that what had happened, that how what Vicario brothers are planning. She didn't have any information that Vicario brother were going to kill him. Still, she had a vision where she saw blood dripping, and the blood was of Santiago Nasser. Even the narrator's brother, who was drinking with Santiago Nasser, the very night came sloshed at the house, and in the drunken state, when everyone asked, "Where is Santiago?" he proclaimed, "Santiago is dead." He was in a drunken state and he was not in senses. But as soon as it was asked, "Where is Santiago?" he proclaimed that he is dead. Narrator's brother, he also didn't have any knowledge that what are Vicario brothers up to, and neither he had a knowledge where Santiago is and was. Still, in his unconscious or subconscious mind, he declared that statement, though he did not have any knowledge and news about what was going to happen. So he also had an intuitional power that something is going to happen with Santiago. Another is the narrator mother, who was the godmother of Santiago, also, who also shared a blood relation with Vicario family. As soon as she got the news that the Vicario brother are going to kill Santiago, she rushed towards Nasser's house, saying that we always need to take the side with the dead, even when she knew he wasn't dead till now. So everybody had a sense when everybody got this information that Vicario brothers are going to kill Santiago. Though everybody saw that they are not willing to kill him, they are only planning. They are not willing to kill him. Everybody in their mind made that he is going to be killed. Similarly, narrator's mother also thought that he is going to be killed, and therefore she made a statement before he died that we should take the sides of the dead. Another symbol or vision is Victoria Guzman feeding the guts of rabbit to the dogs. This is the this is what happened in the first chapter, where she was feeding the guts of rabbit to the dogs. And this vision turns out to be the mirror image of Santiago's murder that happens in the last chapter, where the Vicario brothers butcher Santiago at the same place, in the same way, in the same manner, and the dogs, which were shouting to eat, which basically were barking to eat the guts of rabbit. Similarly, the whole day they were barking to eat the guts of Santiago. So that turned out to be the mirror image in the first chapter to the last chapter. So the concluding paragraph you could write is, I'm just giving a point. So it's the murder mystery where everyone, and even the readers, know and have an intuition what and who is going to die, and it is only the victim, that is Santiago Nasser, who didn't have any idea that what is going to happen. So thank you for watching this video. And if you want us to make a video on any particular topic, please do comment.